Hi, my name is Rose, and my proposal is the Closed Loop Project, which is a new way to interact with our clothing. My system gives each piece of clothing a unique tag, which is added to an online database, creating a smart clothing system that links the clothing's history to the garment. This acts as a foundation for a community of responsible shoppers and retailers who are more aware and involved in the life cycle of their clothes. The website that's central to the project allows users to create their own personal profile with their measurements, making it faster to find a match when looking for clothes. Users can browse through the unique garment profiles, which each have information on their size, material, designer, origin of manufacturer, and care instructions for the individual items. Each of the garment's information can be socialized through users' profiles, allowing them to better inform others of the clothing's history and enable easier swaps and trades. This creates value to the consumer, fashion label, and retailer, as the closed loop tag represents that the clothing meets an environmental and ethical standard.